Okay, because I'm recording, we're not gonna open the camera until I close the recording. As we said that we have 250 words. I'm gonna start with Aisha. Aisha, ready?
Yeah, master.
250, Aisha.
Confident.
What does it mean?
It means like
I can't hear you, Aisha. Hello?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Huh? Confident. What does it mean?
It means like a close friend or companion. Like
Okay, so a person who can you trust him with your secrets, the right?
yes.
Okay, I think there is a lagging in your sound, Aisha. Okay, let's go to 248, Aisha.
Conduct.
Conduit, Aisha.
Conduit. It means like a channel.
Okay, a pipe or channel. Okay, Aish. 242 Aish.
Concise.
Mhm. What does it mean, Aish? Concise. If there is no
It
sound.
means short.
Again, Aisha.
Short.
Okay, brief or direct short. Okay, Aish. You're gonna choose who's gonna come after Aisha?
Ahmed.
Shihawi.
Yes.
241.
Conciliator.
Yes, what does it mean, Shihawi?
It means friendly,
Excellent. Okay, Shuhawi. 237.
comprehensive,
Uh-huh.
including everything.
Excellent. Thank you. We're gonna choose who's gonna come after you.
يحيى فيه.
Yahya.
Yes.
234, Yahya.
234. Complicate?
No, complicit.
Complicit.
Mm-hmm.
Something that doing a wrongful act
Yeah,
or
to be involved in something wrong. Okay, excellent. Okay, Aish. I'm sorry, Yahya. 229.
compelling,
What does it mean?
something that attracts attention.
Okay, demanding attention. Okay, Yahya. 228.
Commodus, uh,
Commodious.
commodious,
Mm-hmm.
spacious or
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Yahya. We're gonna choose who's gonna come after. I think
um,
we have also only used Suelam now. Okay, thank you, Yahya. Yusuf Suelam.
Yes.
224.
Colossus.
Glasses. What does it mean?
Big.
Something big. 222.
Colloquial.
Colloquial. What
When
does
you
it
talk
mean?
to someone like friend, not formal talk.
Okay, informal conversation. Thank you. Thank you, Suelam. Okay. Last time we had homework regarding to a sheet. Let me just remind myself what are the things that we take it together. Okay, we have the sheet of inference. We have the sheet of inference. So I'm going to share it with you right now. Did the last skill of domain 1. So we cover or we revise all the skills for domain 1 that include evidence, and evidence includes 3 sub-skills: scientific, literary, quantitative. Yes, Aish. Aisha, check your internet, Aisha, because I can't hear you well. Okay, she has a problem. So as I told you, we cover all domain 1 skill, 3 skills, evident, that include 3 sub-skills. The scientific, the literary, the quantitative. Then we covered the second skill, the main idea and details. It also covered 2 sub-skills, main idea and details. And then we covered, or we're going to cover together, the inference right now. We're going to complete the inference, actually. It's in front of you right now. Let me just be sure about the other. We said that we have from question 3 till question 9. Question 3 till question 9. I know that some of you sent it to me, but I want you to write it on the chat box. No one start writing, please. No one start writing. Just wait. Aisha, can you hear us right now?
Yes, mister.
Okay. So kindly write the answer for number 3. Write the answer for number 3. That was the homework last time from 3 till 9, and today we're gonna have a test, inshallah. Okay. I got the answer from Shihawi, from Aisha, from Yusuf Suwailam, and from Yahya. We have 3 answers look like each other and 1 answer that is different. Let's find who is the right one, the 3 answers or 1 answer. So I got from Ahmed Shihawi the answer, from Aisha, from Yusuf Suwailam, and from Yahya. Let's find together. I'm gonna send this recording for all of you and for also the people that they are absent today. So let's find the answer together. Number 3. He said here, which choice most logically complete the text? So we know that we're going to read the last sentence. The style of acting in Guy Platchey film would therefore, okay, I don't know what is the style actually. There is a misinformation. So because of that, we're going to take a sentence before. As a result, because as a result is a transition, so it's built upon the sentence that come before. So let's take a sentence before. At the time, also transition built upon the sentence that come before. So let's take Guy Platchey even hung. Even, so he did something before. So let's take a sentence before. She, we don't know who is she. Take a sentence before, as we use. She, again, we don't know who is she. So take a sentence before. So like that, I'm going to read the whole text. Sometimes I read only 2 sentences or 3 sentences or 1 sentence. So here he said Alice Guy Platchey directed hundreds of films between 1896 and 1920. Okay, so we know that Alice is a director. She wanted audiences to feel like they were watching real people on screen. So she want the audience, when they are watching her films, to see real people, not only acting. She would encourage actors in the films to behave naturally. Guy Platchey even hung a large sign reading, "Be natural," in the studio where she made her films. Okay. At the time, films lacked sound, so no sound is going to be recorded. No sound is going to be recorded. So actors need to rely solely on their bodies and facial expression to convey emotion. As a result, actors tend to highly exaggerate their action expression. So the style of acting Guy Platchey film was therefore very unusual for the period, yes, because no sound in those films. So they need actually not to be natural. They want to exaggerate. So copied by many of Guy Platchey peers, we didn't talk about her peers. It's only a style for Guy Platchey. Better than film acting today, we didn't compare it to the film today. Familiar to actors who had worked on their director's films is not familiar, only familiar for the people that work with Guy Platchey. So the answer is A. Clear, Aisha?
Yes.
You're saying something, Aisha?
No.
Okay. So let's go to number 4. Again, inference. Write the answer in the chat box, please. I got the answer from Shihawi, from Suelam, from Aisha. Waiting for Yahya. And from Yahya. No one got this question wrong. So let's see. Number 4. Again, which choice should complete the text? Let's read the last one. Thus, it's a transition. So we're going to take since before. So the since before, it come from here. Fewer people, however, also it's a transitional word. So we take it since before. Tolkien was known for creating rich, intricate, fancy words in his novel. The problem that I don't know who's Tolkien, so take it since before. So like that, I'm going to read the whole text. He said, many people are familiar with the literary works of J.R.R. Tolkien. So he is a writer, such as The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Every one of us actually watch movies regarding those two. Tolkien was known for creating rich, intricate, fancy words in his novel. Yes, even in Lord of the Rings. The character in The Hobbit, the unusual character, which often featured themes of heroism and courage. Fewer people, however, are aware that Tolkien was a professor of Anglo-Saxon and medieval English at Oxford University. So all of us knows that he is the writer for these two kind of works, but some of us knows, or few knows, that he was a professor and that he incorporated elements of those languages and historical periods into his works. And because he was teaching in the university, he used what he is teaching in his works. Thus, those who read Tolkien novel without this knowledge, the people that they read without knowing that he was a professor, let's find, may not appreciate the extent to which his writing reflects the political climate of his time. We didn't talk about any political. May not recognize the influence that his academic background had on his literary works. Yes, because they didn't know he was a professor for the Anglo-Saxon medieval English. May mistakenly believe that his literary works are grounded in historical facts. We didn't talk about historical facts here. May underestimate the impact that the works of other fancy authors had on his writing. We didn't talk about other authors. We're talking only about Tolkien. So the answer is B. Let's go to number 5. Write the answer for number 5, please, on the chat box. I got the answer from Aisha. From Shihawi. Waiting for Suwailam and Yahya. I got it from Suwailam. Waiting for Yahya. I got it from Yahya. Okay. All of you also got that right. Let's find. Okay. As you can find right now, he said, which choice most logically complete the text? So I'm going to take from here. This finding suggests that. Which kind of finding? So I'm going to take since before. Here. People who got to touch the items were willing to pay much more money for them than were people who weren't to touch the items. Okay. I think we don't need more information. He said people who got to touch the items were willing to pay much more money. So anybody will touch the items will pay more money. Then were people who weren't allowed to touch the items. Let's find out. So retailers with in person, okay? In person means that they're going to touch the items. And online, they're not going to touch the items. Stores should charge the same price for a given product in both places. How charge? He said that they're going to, here he said that people who got to touch the items will pay much money. So how the same price? Online retailer that they're not going to touch may be able to raise the prices. How raise the prices? The one that will pay more, the one that will touch. People who mainly shop online probably spend more money. Again, the same answer for B. We said that the one that will touch is the one that will pay more money. In person, okay, the one that will touch. Shopping may take products seem more valuable than they seem if only viewed online. That right? Because they're gonna touch, so they're gonna pay more. So because of that, they found it that more valuable. So the answer is the as you mentioned. Let's go to number 6. Waiting for your answers. I got the answer from Aisha and from Yusuf Suwailam and from Shihawi. Waiting for Yahya. And from Yahya. All of you got it right. Let's find. Here he said which choice most logically complete the text. So let's find the last one. This finding suggests that. Okay, we take it since before because it's not complete from here. Aben and his team found that tanks with duckweed and algae release higher levels of methane than tanks with water milfoil did. I don't get it because I don't know what is the duckweed. I know what the algae. What is the water milfoil? So let's take a since before. Other tanks. Okay, so we need other mean that there are other tanks. So take it since before. He said some tanks. What some tanks? I need to take it since before. Aben's team set up. Okay, now it's complete. Aben's team set up some water tanks with soil and microbes from local ponds. They bought in some tanks, some water tanks, soil and microbes from local ponds. Some tanks had a type of underwater plant that grows in the soil called water milfoil. So now we know that the water milfoil is underwater plant. Other tanks had either duckweed, a type plant that floats on water surface, or algae. So now we know that the duckweed kind of plant that float over water, and the algae also float over water. Eben and his team found that tanks with duckweed and algae, the ones that actually float over water, released higher levels of methane than tanks with water milfoil did. So the water milfoil, I think it captured methane because it's underground. Let's find. Shallow lakes and ponds are more likely to contain algae than to contain either water milfoil or duckweed. Number one, he put algae with duckweed. Now he separated from each other, so it's wrong. It will not match actually what was mentioned here. Shallow lakes and ponds release more methane than deeper bodies of water, because shallow bodies of water usually have more plants than deep bodies of water do. Okay, we're not talking about that they have more plants or not, and we're not talking about comparison between shallow lakes or deeper ones. We're talking only about the kind of plants. The presence of some kind of underwater plant, like the water milfoil, help prevent methane from escaping shallow lakes and ponds. Yes, because we said when there is duckweed and algae, they will release more or higher levels of methane than the one that has water milfoil. That means water milfoil don't let methane to escape. Having a mix of algae, underwater plants, and floating plants is the best way to reduce the amount of methane in shallow lakes and ponds. No, he said the algae and duckweed actually release higher levels. So the answer is C. Let's go to number 7. Write the answer in the chat box, please. I got the answer from Yusuf Suwailam and Shahawi. Waiting for Aisha and Yahya. I got it from Aisha and I got it from Yahya. Okay, unfortunately, we have one only that got this wrong. Let's find who is this one. Number 7. He said which choice most logically complete the text. Again, let's find the last. These gatherings could therefore serve as, therefore, a transitional word. So let's take a sentence before from here. Attendees would read and discuss one another work, including Johnson own. Who are the attendees? Missing information. Let's take a sentence before. Johnson hosted weekly get-together for fellow Black writers and artists. Okay, but I don't know who is Johnson. Who is Johnson? So let's take a sentence before. There is but, contradiction. So take a sentence before. Only a small number of her plays. Who here indicates what? So let's take a sentence before. At that time, transitional. Let's take a sentence before. So the whole text. Georgia Douglas Johnson wrote many plays in the 1920s and 1930s. At the time, professional theater companies rarely put on plays by Black women. So few of Johnson's plays made it to the stage. So now we know that Johnson was a famous writer, but unfortunately, on that age or in that era, professional theater companies don't rely on Black people. So only a small number of her plays were published in her lifetime. It's a problem. But that doesn't mean that Johnson never learned what other people thought of her plays. So she started thinking about something to get the feedback from others. Johnson hosted weekly get-together for fellow Black writers and artists in here, Washington, D.C. So she sold home. So she solved the problem by gathering all writers and artists, Black writers and artists in her home. Attendees would read and discuss one another work, including Johnson's own. This gathering could therefore serve as, yes, to give her the feedback, about her work. So an opportunity for Johnson to get feedback on her plays because they're going to read it. A way for Johnson to learn about plays that were produced in other cities. We're not talking about other cities. We're talking about the one that actually produced in America, but for Black people that they weren't allowed to perform or to produce any kind on the theater on that era. An occasion for professional theater companies to put on plays. No, it's not an occasion because it said that the companies actually refused to make that or rarely. Subject matter for future plays by Johnson. She will not make actually future plays. She's only writing. And here he talk about that she wants to get a kind of feedback. So because of that, she thought about this kind of thing to help her. So the answer is A. Clear, Yahya?
Okay.
Number 8. Write the answer, please. I got the answer from Mrs. Whalem, from Shihawi, from Aisha. Waiting for Yahya. And from Yahya. All of you got it right? Let's find out. Which choice most logically complete the text? Let's take the last sentence, taking together these findings. What kind of finding that he took about? So let's take a sentence before. The team also discovered that the black-furred wolves are more likely to be immune to distemper than the gray-furred wolves are. I can't solve it from here, but I don't know what is distemper, but it's thought that it's a kind of illness. So let's take a sentence before. They found. Who are they? So take sentence before. Sarah Combines and her team studied 12 population of North American gray wolves. Okay, actually I can start from here. No need to take from up. Sarah Cobbins and her team studied 12 population of North American gray wolves. They found that the black-furred wolves are more common in area where outbreak of distemper virus happen regularly. So in the places that this virus happened, they found that it's mostly black-furred wolves. The team also discovered that the black-furred wolves are more likely to be immune to distemper than the gray-furred wolves are. Taken together, these finds suggest that gray-furred wolves will soon replace black-furred wolves across North America. It's the opposite. It's the opposite because the one that is immune is the black-furred, not the gray-furred. The gene variant that results in black fur may be linked to immunity to the distemper virus. I think you talk about the black fur here, that they are immune to distemper, so it can be. North American gray wolves experience more outbreaks of distemper virus than other wolf species do. We don't talk about other species because the black fur and the gray fur are the same thing. So it's not. The average lifespan of gray wolves is likely to increase over time because of particular gene variant. Actually, it's look like A. We said that the gray wolf will be replaced by black fur. The gray fur will be replaced by black fur. So the answer is B. The answer is B. Let's go to number 9, the last one. Got the answer from Yusuf Suwailam and Shahawi. And from Yahya. Waiting for Aish. And from Aish. Can Nada, may you write the answer, please, for number 9? I'm recording the session also, Nada. Write the answer for number 9, please. On the chat box. It was homework, Nada. Did you send it? No, you didn't send the answer. So kindly write the answer on the chat box. Nada, are you writing the answer? Just tell me anything on the chat box. Say yes or no. Okay. Waiting for you, Nada. Okay, I got the answer from Nada. So I have only one mistake for one of you. Let's find the answer. Which choice most logically complete the text? So I'm going to read the last sentence. It said, scholars who forget this fact when discussing the banjo lesson, therefore, number one, I don't know what this fact, and it said here, therefore it's transitional, so we're going to take it since before. So from here, scholars should be cautious when ascribing political or ideological value to the painting. However is a transitional word, so they need to take it since before. So from here, Henry Usawa Tanner's 1893 painting, The Banjo Lesson, which depicts an elderly man teaching a boy to play the banjo, is regarded as a landmark in the history of works by black artists in the United States. So this kind of painting, considered one of the landmarks. Scholars should be cautious when ascribing political or ideological value to the painting. However, beliefs and assumptions that are commonly held now may have been unfamiliar to Tanner and his contemporary and vice versa. So that means for Tanner, when he was drawing this kind of painting, he wasn't actually aware of the political or ideological value of the time, of the right time. So scholars who forget this fact, forget about what? Forget about that actually this kind of value were unfamiliar to Tanner and his friends. When discussing the banjo lesson, therefore, tend to conflate means blend, Tanner's political view with those of his contemporary. No, he's not going to actually gather them. He's not going to gather them. The problem that he's gonna just say that this picture or this painting held a kind of political or ideological value. Wrongly assumed that Tanner painting was intended as a critique of his fellow artists. We're not talking about his technique to others. We're talking about all of them in one group. Forgo means give up analyzing Tanner painting in favor of analyzing his political activity. No, this actually if he knows. This actually if he knows. But if he forgets, risk judging Tanner painting by standard that may not be historically appropriate, yes, because these kind of ideological and political value were unfamiliar on that time. So the answer is D. Clear, Yahya?
Clear.
Okay. So now we are done with this kind of assignment. Now we're going to go to the test. I'm going to send you the link. Let me just stop recording.